Welcome to the latest episode of DTV, InfoStretch's digital transformation channel. Today, we have a special episode from BlockWorld 2018, where we're going to talk to a lot of great companies about how they're utilizing blockchain to drive innovation and revamp different markets around the world.
So we use Hyperledger Fabric as our semi-private and public blockchain, and that allows us to store all of the PII or personal identifying information for travelers securely and be able to transfer that only to the people who need to see that. We also have a private, public element to that blockchain so people can be social, and we can create a system of reputation and trust and reviews, especially travelers who love to talk so much about the trips that they're on and the experiences that they're having.
I think the biggest markets we're seeing right now are both financial markets as well as supply chain markets. Supply chain, we easily see the track and trace, the provenance, multi-party automation and facilitation. Financial, speaks for itself. Cross-border remittance, better auditing systems.
Healthcare definitely is an area where we do see that there'll be a lot of disruption, especially because blockchain helps with provenance tracking. So provenance tracking is essentially tracking an asset from all the way from inception to its final consumption. Okay. And healthcare has got a lot of those use cases, right? You think of a pill, for example, right from the time it's manufactured, the patient using it, it goes through various different processes.
Some of the biggest red flags is making sure that you create secure identity all the way at the device level. So a lot of IoT devices are very low power or resource constrained, and what Ockham's trying to do is essentially to take a low power resource constrained device, something that might be buried underground or maybe in a medical device, and make that blockchain enabled, so that that device can write data to a chain and make sure that it can verify that the node was actually writing its data to the chain.
With drones, it's like I found one blog post and they listed 100 use cases, specifically in California, fighting wildfires and the more search and rescue applications. Like you could strap a thermal sensor on these drones and kind of figure out where the fire lines are and help with firefighting. Yeah, I really see. I wish the adoption of drones was more. I think ultimately down the line it'll be more pervasive, but I can just see that being useful now.
Because of the fact that you've got, let's say I'm a data producer, I want to make sure that my data is secure, and I'm putting it out into this public infrastructure, and so the data is encrypted the whole time. We have security access. One thing about our project, we have about 15 people working on the project. We've been working on it for about 2 years. Of those, about 7 of them are PhDs, and so for instance, we have a professor that focuses on security that is working on that aspect of the technology. We also have PhDs in blockchain, distributed computing, and so forth.
I think that if we want this technology to be mainstream and for real people to actually use it on a daily basis, we're going to have to make the right kinds of compromises, and we're going to have to realize that decentralization is not the goal. Decentralization is just a tool that we can use in order to create more transparent systems.
Well, that concludes our interviews for the day. We hope you learned some great information about blockchain and how these companies are utilizing them to drive innovation. If you're interested or passionate about anything around digital transformation, feel free to contact us at dtv@infostretch.com.